You're watching Autoscope at the pit stop for real gearheads. We dive deeper than chrome and horsepower to uncover the full story behind legendary machines. If it roared, raced, or ruled the road, we're on it. Hit subscribe as this ride's just getting started. It was the muscle car war at full throttle. Chevy had the Camaro. Ford had the Mustang. Plymouth dropped the Cuda. But then, in 1970, Dodge entered the battlefield with a street brawler so bold, it instantly carved its name into muscle car history. This wasn't just a car, it was a revolution on four wheels. Meet the 1970 Dodge Challenger RT. Loud, wild, and unapologetically American. The 1970s began with Detroit's golden age of performance. Dodge needed a new icon to compete with the pony car surge, something with attitude, options, and raw power. The Challenger was Dodge's answer. Designed to take on both street style and strip performance. Launched as part of Chrysler's E-Body platform, the Challenger shared its underpinnings with the Plymouth Barracuda but stretched 2 inches longer, giving it more aggressive proportions. But it wasn't just the body, it was what you could shove under the hood that made the RT a force of nature. RT stood for road, track, and Dodge meant it. This wasn't just a trim, it was a statement. The RT package came standard with a 383 Magnum V8 pumping out 335 horsepower, but you could spec it up with the 446 Pack A or go all in with the fire-breathing 426 Hemi. With 425 horsepower and a brutal torque curve, the Hemi RT wasn't just fast, it was terrifying. Quarter-mile times in the low 13s. 0-60 in 5.5 seconds. For 1970, that was madness. Today, it's still impressive. Everything about the Challenger RT screamed aggression. That long hood, the short rear deck, sculpted fenders, optional shaker hood, rally wheels, bumblebee stripes. Inside, it was just as bold. High back bucket seats, a 3-spoke rally steering wheel, and an available rally gauge cluster with the 150 mph speedometer and 8,000 RPM deck. It wasn't just built to go fast, it looked like it was moving even when it was parked. And you could customize it. 9 engine options, 5 different transmissions, and over a dozen paint schemes, including Plum Crazy, Go Mango, and Top Banana. You could make your RT yours. Let's talk numbers. Standard engine. 383 C Magnum V8, a 335 horsepower upgrade. 1, 440 C Magnum, a 375 horsepower upgrade. 2, 440 C 6-pack, a 390 horsepower top of the food chain. 426 C Hemi, a 425 horsepower. You had the option of a 4-speed manual with a pistol grip shifter, or a 3-speed torque flight automatic. Suspension upgrades came with the RT, as did heavy-duty brakes, thicker torsion bars, sway bars, and dual exhausts with chrome tips. It handled better than many of its rivals, but still this was a straight-line king. Less than 400 Hemi R/Ts were built in 1970. That makes them unicorns today. Why so few? The Hemi option added over $1,200 to the price, pushing the car near Corvette territory. But those who checked that box knew they were buying a monster. On the street, the Hemi RT was feared. It dominated stoplight showdowns and ruled late-night drag strips. Even today, a 1970 Hemi Challenger RT can fetch over $500,000 at auction. While the RT was the street beast, Dodge also developed the Challenger T, for racing in the SCC8 Trans Am series. The T had a 346-pack engine, lightweight fiberglass parts, and side-exit exhausts. It was road legal, barely, and added even more performance cred to the Challenger name. Though Dodge didn't dominate the series, the T showed that the Challenger wasn't just flash, it had track ambition too. Despite strong initial sales, the Challenger arrived late to the muscle car party. 1970 was peak muscle, but also the beginning of the end. Insurance costs soared, emissions laws tightened, gas prices rose. In 1971, compression ratios dropped. By 1972, power ratings were lower. The Hemi was dead. By 1974, the original Challenger was gone. The flame burned bright a bit fast. The 1970 Dodge Challenger RT T isn't just remembered it's worshipped. It's the blueprint for modern muscle. When Dodge revived the Challenger name in 2008, it pulled heavily from the '70 design, the long hood, aggressive stance, even the R/T badge returned. Modern R/Ts may pack tech, but the spirit, that's all '70. The original Challenger R/T reminds us of a time when automakers weren't afraid to build loud, wild machines that did one thing really well: go fast and look good doing it. We live in a world of hybrids and EVs, and yet the 1970 Dodge Challenger R/T still stops traffic, because it's pure, mechanical, emotional. It speaks to the rebel, the racer, the dreamer. It wasn't perfect, it was heavy. It didn't corner like a Corvette. It was expensive. But none of that mattered. It had soul, and soul doesn't go out of style. Some of the rarest R/Ts, convertible Hemis A09 made in 1970, or models painted in ultra-low production colors like Panther Pink. Collectors hunt these down like buried treasure, and when one surfaces at auction, wallets open wide. Even the six-pack cars are climbing fast in value. These aren't just cars anymore, they're history you can drive. The 1970 Dodge Challenger R/T is more than a muscle car. It's a time capsule from when America dared to dream big. It's fire and fury packed into steel and rubber. And even now, 50+ years later, the sound of a big block V8 roaring to life still sends chills down the spine. The 1970 Dodge Challenger R/T was Detroit's middle finger to conformity, and that's why we love it. Thanks for riding with Autoscope. We don't just tell car stories, we bring legends back to life. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us, which dream machine should we dive into next? This is Autoscope, and the engine never cools.